Welcome, all you late makers. Thank you so much for joining the Laughter Project. The Laughter Project. Well, it is all about laughter and humor and play and lightening up and everything else. But the podcast is called the Lighten Up Project, and I am called Malcolm Grissom, the stand-up CEO and founder of the World Laughter Organization, and you are not called that. And you're not. Sorry.
No, that's not what I'm called.
No. No. Nobody else is called that but me.
That's just you.
Yes. Just me. Sorry. Hey, but today on the Lighten Up Project, we are going to be talking about something very, very powerful. We're going to be talking about words you repeat. Because voice, we're going to be talking about the power of voice and the power of speech, yes, but even more importantly, we're going to be talking about that in music and song and all that. My guest today is a good friend of mine, Ruth Wishengrad.
Wishengrad.
What did I say? What did I?
Wishengrad. Wisengard, you said.
You Weisenheimer.
Wisencracks. Wisecrack.
Yes, Wisencracks. No. Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Wisencracks. Weisenheimer.
Wishengrad.
Yes, Ruth Wishengrad. She is the founder of Happy Heart Songs. It's blending music, emotion, and neuroscience to help people turn encouraging words into something they can actually feel and remember. And as part of our episode today, so yeah, you're going to hear from me, you're going to hear from Ruth, but guess what? You're going to hear from one of Ruth's clients. She's going to tell you the power of one of Ruth's songs. So,
song specially created for her, so it's not really my song, it's her song.
Her song, but you created it for her. Right. Thank you. Thank you for that correction. Yes. Very important correction as well. So with over 30 years of experience in teaching and coaching, Ruth helps people feel seen, supported, and celebrated. Often with something as simple and powerful as a song, as words that we use every day. We overlook that power at times, but not today. Because if you've ever had that tune stuck in your head, imagine that it's actually happening to you. I wish. Well, today we're going to lighten up. We're going to change that soundtrack, and we're going to welcome Ruth Wishenheimer.
Wisecrackheimer.
Wishengrad, Ruth Wishengrad.
Thank you. Well, laughing wouldn't be the same if I wasn't laughing with you.
Oh, gosh, yes. So, I usually begin this with 20 seconds of spontaneous laughter. But hey, since we've had that throughout our introduction and we laugh so easily, let's just get right into what, Ruth, is your relationship with laughter?
Oh, my relationship with laughter is, that's a really good question. So I just love to laugh. And, growing up, it was all about laughter. And this is the first thing that popped up when you asked me that. And it doesn't sound like something to laugh about, although it's what happened at the moment. My mother was ailing, and she was sick. And she said to me, okay, I'm sick. We got to start laughing. We just got to start laughing. Laughing is going to heal everything. So that just reminded me of that. It was a very, very sweet time. And so I just would go, I would go over and visit her. And, okay, this is laugh time. Let's laugh. And so we would laugh together. And when I moved across country many years later, I actually became a laughter yoga leader, and I got certified as a laughter. I'm a certified laughter.
He's a laughter.
I'm certified to laugh.
Oh, okay.
Certified to laugh, Malcolm.
Very important to be certified for that. That is great. I love that story because there are so many people that I've talked to in this podcast and elsewhere that when they think of laughter, they think of laughter as a reaction. We're going to a comedy show. We're watching comedy movies. We're watching something in order to make us laugh. And so that story, It's Laugh Time, is wonderful. And look at you now, you are certified to laugh.
Well, and the certification about laughter is it's all about put a smile on your face. Yes, put a smile on your face and laugh for no reason.
Yeah.
What it's all about. And the benefits of laughter are amazing. I think it was Norman Cousins? Is that who it was who laughed himself healthy? That's what my mother pointed to. She goes, well, if he can do it, I can do it. So we laughed.
Interesting. So Ruth and people watching, if you haven't done so, you might want to check out. So last month was International Humor Month, all April, starting with April Fools.
Right. That makes sense.
Right. And so on April 2nd, which happened to be a Thursday, Steve Wilson, who was actually the person who certified me as the laughter leader, he was interviewed. He's the psychologist. He's very, very done a lot of research throughout his life on laughter and Norman Cousins and the relationship there and all that. So that would be a very interesting episode for y'all to check out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Ruth, so we talked about laughter. Let's talk about songs for a moment. So what song has shaped you and how you see yourself and how you move through life?
Oh, I don't think there's just one song. I think songs, for me at least, well, I could tell you a story. I didn't understand that songs were actually helping guide me through my life. I didn't know that. And I would get songs stuck in my head when I was sleeping. And they would get stuck in my head so much so that I would repeat them, and I would stay awake repeating them all night long. Just one or two lines of a song. And I couldn't understand it. And it was also taking away my sleep, right? So that was not so good. And so finally, it took me years. Okay, sometimes I'm a little thick, but it took me years to realize, okay, well, if you wake up and you're singing this song, write it down. Get up, get a piece of paper. So I ended up putting paper by my bed, and I write it down. And I would scribble it down, trying not to turn the light on, scribble down the lyric. And then in the morning, and that was enough to say, okay, it's been captured, it's remembered. Now you can go back to sleep. And in the morning, I would be able to sometimes I could read by chicken scratching, and I could look at it, and 9 times out of 10, it was a message I needed to hear. It was something that was guiding through whatever I was going through, and it was putting me on a path. And for me to come up with one particular song is hard, although the one song that helped me on my journey to get here to Santa Barbara from Massachusetts was the song Breakaway by Kelly Clarkson. That song, for whatever reason, was my guide to say, whatever you need right now. And it just allowed me to, to break away. I guess I was breaking away from my family and breaking away from some safety, but I wasn't leaving. I wasn't trying to leave. I was trying to move forward to something else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
Sure does. Is there a song now that you've broken away, now that you are in Santa Barbara, you have your you have your spit.
I have what?
You have your spit.
I have my spit. Okay.
I'm sorry. Just the word just left me.
I got you.
Your company now that you have founded the Happy Heart Songs, and now that you are on another step on the entrepreneurial ladder, do you have a song now that guides you?
Well, I was actually telling a client this the other day. All of these songs are pieces of me because it's from my heart to theirs, right? And so each one of the songs show up at different times for me. Different parts of the lyrics will show up to keep me on my path. And these are songs of encouragement, empowerment, of joy, of honoring where you are at the moment and lifting you up to where you want to be. And so even though these are specifically for other people, they all feel like part of me. And so that's what's showing up. And to jump back a little bit to that story about when these songs different songs used to show up in my while I was sleeping, I all of a sudden went, hey, if I could get other people's songs stuck in my head, what if I got my own songs stuck in my head to help me feel better from the inside out and help me move to where I want to go? And that's when this whole idea showed up for me. And that was probably about 14 years ago. And I've done different things between that time and now. And I have created a whole curriculum around this in terms of empowering you to the thoughts that you repeat. Have the good thoughts, the ones you want to repeat. Let's repeat them over and over again. Let's repeat them over and over again to anchor them in the body. And when you're doing it with joy and song and laughter, and you're creating that emotion around it, it's there, and it anchors much deeper than just a plain flat kind of a statement saying over and over again. And so what that does is when you need it most, it will be there. I have a story around that if you'd like to hear it.
Just a minute, because I did want to point out, and riff on that per second, is that not only is it powerful to repeat those words and everything that come in that song, but connected with that music, because music is so emotional. So right now, my one of my power songs is Bird Set Free by Sia.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar?
You'd have to sing a little bit of it because I'm more maybe you don't want to sing a little bit of it, but
No, I don't actually. I'll
write it down so I can look it up.
Bird Set Free. I don't know the words really. I repeated some of the words in an episode that I did last March. But I don't really know the words, but every time that I hear it, it's very emotional. It's very emotional. It strikes a chord. So now going back to what you said, now you're having these words, or your clients are having these words, and because it's attached to the music, they have that extra emotional connection. And like you pointed out, you have the same thing because not only did you create it, but you also have that stuck in your head.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
As something you created.
Right.
It's always going to be there.
And it's not, I don't feel like it's necessarily stuck in the head. I feel like it's stuck in the heart. Because
now it's
the heart wants to be heard.
Yeah, exactly. So when you were writing it, when you were creating it, I guess that's why I said head. Right. Now that it's created and you've given it away, now it lives within you. Now it's in your heart as a creation that you've done.
As I tell all of my clients, I say, from my heart to yours.
Yeah.
Because it really, maybe I did. Yes, I created it, some of it here, and I also created a lot from my heart too. So it just kind of came through me, and I don't fully feel like it's just Ruth Wishengrad that's doing this. I feel like there is some higher power that's helping me to help others, and that's what I'm here for.
Great calling.
Can I get back to that other story?
You were gonna tell us another story. Go ahead.
So many years ago, when I had created some of these songs for kids and inner kids, they were fun, very repetitive songs, and I had this one woman who was 90 years old, and she loved the songs, and she wanted to tell me stuff about it, but she didn't have anything specific to say. So I invited her to listen to the songs for 2 months and dance and sing with them and just get silly with them. And at 2 months and 2 days later, Malcolm, I get a text from this 90-year-old, a text, not a phone call, a text. Can you please meet me at the rehab? I fell and fractured my hip. And I was like, okay. And she said, please put your phone out and take the testimonial right here and now. So I did. And basically the story was that in the middle of the night, she'd gotten up to go to the bathroom. When she went to sit back down again, she didn't land on the bed. She went crack, and she heard her hip crack.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in excruciating pain. She thought, well, I just saw the kids tonight, and my phone is 6.5 feet away. It feels like 10 miles. I'm done. She was about to give up, and she heard the song, one of his 3 songs, in her head. And to the beat of the music and to the rhythm of my voice, she was able to move herself 1 inch. And she'd stop and she'd pant and rest, and then the song would come back again. And inch by inch by inch, she made it to her phone in 2 hours. Without a shadow of a doubt that she was going to. It was like a flow of energy that was moving her across the floor. Exactly 2 hours later, And when she got there, she didn't even call 911. She had concocted this whole plan because she didn't want the 2 deadbolts on her doors to get beat down and cost her $1,000. So she called her neighbor to say, my kids are going to come with the ladder. Don't go back to sleep. It's okay. The kids came. They came and then they called the ambulance, but they said no sirens. We don't want to wake the rest of the neighborhood. And not until all of that did the pain come back. The rush of pain come back because she had been singing the song for 2 hours, totally focused.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
4 months later, not only was she walking again, she was driving her car again at 90 years old.
Amazing.
So the power of music is just absolutely incredible. And I have another story if you want to hear right from the client's mouth this time.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're gonna let our audience just anticipate.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was a beautiful story about the power of music and the power of words connected with music. So now, where does joy or laughter fit into the way that music helps support healing?
Well, I feel that laughter, joy is part of music. Joy, because music brings joy, right? So that's what, for me, at least it does. And so the laughter part, I think it's the connection. I think it's connecting with others, connecting with yourself on it. I think almost it's probably more connecting with others. So when you share the song and others embrace it with you, then there's that human connection, and we all need connection. And that's why laughter can continue longer and longer. And then you've done, since you've been certified, you know that you've done the laughter meditations, right? And even without looking at each other, you're still all connected when you're lying down and you're laughing. I've had laughter yoga sessions like that went on for 10 to 20 minutes. That everyone would be quiet, and then all of a sudden one person would go, and we would just all be done again.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So yeah, that goes to my core phrase, and you brought that up. Yes, laughter is connection. That is my core truth. I want that on my gravestone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So have you seen so you've told us this story that someone else told you about how the music and the songs shifted their entire emotional state in such a powerful way. But now, have you actually seen it happen?
Have I seen it happen? Yeah. Well, part of it is one of the benefits is when I share the song with people, when I share it with them for the first time, there's several people who've wanted because we're connected in other ways as well, and so they wanted me to be there when I share the song for the first time, and I see the emotion, and not only are they emoting, I emote from right along with them. So I have seen that. Yeah. And does that answer your question?
It most certainly does. Yeah. And it leads me right into Happy Heart Song. So I want to talk about what inspired you to actually create it, and over years.
Great question, of course. So I'm gonna fall back on what you said at the beginning. What you repeat repeats, and when you're repeating things that don't don't fit with who you are and what you want to be, then you don't feel so good. So why not repeat what you do want to feel and how you do want to feel and be, and repeat those things. And so that's kind of how this whole thing started. It's not about the song. It's about what happens because of it. It's who you end up becoming.
Okay.
And it's more than a song, it's an experience.
And what another part of what you said that hopefully didn't go over people's heads, but just in case, so let me point it out. Finding that thing to repeat takes a whole lot of experimentation. And, because that thing that you repeat, you might find it when you're a child, and then again, when you're a teenager or a young adult, but you would still need to experiment with other things, because every little thing that you do in between, everything that you do in between, it leads you to really use everything that you have at the end to create the song or whatever it is that you want. So what I'm saying in my awkward way is what you experiment. So you have a gift, you have something that you love. You might want to leave it for a while. Don't stick with it. Don't say, okay, I've made up my mind. This is my gift. This is what I love. This is what I'm going to focus all my time and attention on, and become a Ruth Wishengrad that just all she does is create songs for people. That's all she does. She hasn't had all the other experiences in between. She hasn't had all the other, business ventures and whatnot in between. That's all she does. She's a one-sided person. Well, you could do that. I wouldn't suggest it. You could do that, or you could do what you've done, which is you've had this gift, you've played around with other gifts, you've done other things, you've followed other business ventures and business ideas, and now you've come back to, what you've loved, even though it was always still there. I mean, it's not like it went away, but it wasn't your main focus. Now you've come back to that love with a richer point of view on life, more things that you can add to songs and help people out. And it's just, that itself is what personal development is really all about.
Absolutely.
Really all about exploring.
And it has definitely, had its, changes, and my experiences help shape the new experiences for others and all of that. Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. So what makes a good happy heart song? What makes it different from a feel-good playlist, or even now, in Sumo, you can go in and create music. AI. So what makes what you do even different than all of that stuff?
Well, it's the emotion and the repetition. that makes it stick. So it's really the questions that I ask to really tap into people's individual, where they are now, places. And one of the things that I do, one of the things that I offer is, yes, I have a survey that you can, fill out this whole long survey, and you can do it on your own. And then even if you do it on your own, and I have questions when I read it, I will email back and forth to you. However, there are some people who have a very hard time just writing down the things that really mean the most to them. So I have what's called a helper session, and it's a happy helper session, but short helper session, and it's and in that session, it's a very focused one-on-one time where I ask you the same questions, but I'm helping pull out the gems, the pieces of you that are the most important, and I'm having you help me paint a picture. You're painting a picture of what is important to you. So we take you from here to where you want to go. And the repetition, the lines of repetition are the things. So I really feel like it's in the songwriting, and it's the specific, it's the neuroscience that wraps it all together to anchor it deeper in the body. And it's the neuroscience and the things that are going to affect you, not the things that are going to affect me, but my listening to you or looking at your survey and the way that I've structured this, it's taking those pieces that's going to really wrap the song in your heart, in what's pointing to you at the moment. Does that make sense?
Yes. So how can the songs or music itself, how can it really help people express or access, not express necessarily, well, express and access. So access emotions that they don't normally express.
Well, yeah. So I think it's all in the words. So I'm bringing you back to the very beginning of what we talked about. It's all in the words. It's what are the words that mean something to you that are going to trigger that emotion, that expression of you. And then you share those words with me, and I lace them and craft them into something that is just beautiful.
Right. So that's beautiful. That really, now this is
now you get it.
Time. Yes, I get it. Now I want our listeners to get it. And what better way to get our listeners to get it, but to have you share your story along with your clients'
response. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will share the story, and then, I'll just share it, and we'll go from there. How's that?
Yeah. Please.
All right. So this is a woman who I wrote a song for, and the name of the song was called Breathe and Believe. And I'm going to just now listen to her words.
I was in labor for 12 hours, and the whole time, all I had to do was sing that song just over and over and over again, because it really gave me something to come back to and something to hold on to. And it really grounded me. Every time I felt like it was just too much, I was going to explode and die, it just popped into my head, and it was like, all right, we got this. My body knows exactly what to do, and I trust it fully completely. And then I'd have like a contraction, and like, oh, there's a guy. Oh, there's this part. Oh, there's this part. And then it just like all came together, just, and then, and then I had to have this horrible experience after that. But and that's about, when I woke up, I was still singing the song. And I, because I was so unconscious and not able to really form thought or like really know where I was or what was going on, the song had kept me in like this really cool psychedelic state of just like music. I don't know. It was really hard to explain, but it was it really was. I don't know if I didn't have that song. I don't know how I would have thought through what I had to go through. Every time I get a song, I get shows. Everybody I've showed the song to also is like super emotional about it. Really just depends on the day, what's going on. But the song is so, I don't know, it's just, I feel so connected to it from the second for the first time I listened to it, it was just, wow, instantly like, this is my song, this is my jam, but this is my life.
Man, wow. Right on. So,
Would you like to hear a little piece of the song?
yes, please.
Okay. I'm just going to do just a little chunk so you can get a sense of what it was.
I got this, I can do it. I trust my body to know what to do. Every wave brings me closer, closer to me and closer to you. I got this, I can do it. I trust myself, I can handle this. 'Cause my body knows what to do. Yes, my body knows what to do.
Marvelous. I love it. I love that. That actually, that piece that you just played, that answers part of the next question I was going to ask. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So we don't even have to ask it. No, I'm kidding.
No, we don't. But okay, so that was a playful, lighthearted type of song. What about the deeper emotional songs? Do they have the same impact?
Almost even more impact.
Even more impact. Okay.
Now, I have some I have a couple of songs so far that I've written, and I'm working on another one right now that are acoustic, that are just guitar, just very soft music, but they really pack a punch too, because they get to a different part, right? So there's the high energy, high beat, upbeat songs that can really, like, she needed that as her birth pant, to keep
Right.
going. Where some of these other people have asked for it to be something kind of a very soothing thing, so it becomes a soothing mantra that, mantra-esque, because it's, not quite. A mantra is usually pretty short, but this has that constant repetition, that constant feel.
And that actually, from what you just described, that actually goes back to that power song that I mentioned, I've lost the word. The word's gone.
It'll come back.
Irony. The irony. The dichotomy of my being so upbeat and performance-like sometimes, and very engaging, and this is me, this is my personality. However, when you listen to like A Bird Set Free, it is a very slow, moving, very deeply emotional song. And so people wouldn't necessarily think that I would go for a song like that or as much. But so what you just said is, it's so right on point. So right on point.
Yeah, and that's why it's custom. Because a song that works for you works for you in one moment might not work for you in another moment. So if you needed, in fact, my newest client right now wants two songs. She wants one right now for really calming and really grounding, and then she wants another one that's kind of her, I got, like her upbeat dance type music kind of song to help her, amp it up, and so it's all about what feels right to you. And you could have more than one song because we're not flat people. We are multi-dimensional, multi-feeling type people, right?
So you can only have one song. One song.
Sometimes at different times, different things resonate. Would you like to hear another mother who wanted a song? This one's more just really quick, but this one is more. This one is the more acoustic version.
Okay.
Here we go.
I am welcome here, every part of me. I am safe to feel all the feels. Feel the joy, the fear, and the tenderness. And yes, my heart can handle this. I breathe, breathe and believe. Yes, I breathe, breathe and believe.
So interesting. There's both breathe and believe in these, but they're totally different. They're totally different.
Yeah. Not they're totally, and they're custom, like you just said. So like the mother in labor wouldn't have gotten as much out of that second version, probably.
And this mother, this was her second child, and she needed a different kind of anchoring.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, I don't only do for mothers who are pregnant, but I have other songs too. But I've helped people who are going through cancer treatments. I've helped people who are just about to go into surgery. I've helped a teenager who was feeling was very anxious and needing some grounding in a different way. So I've done a variety of different songs, and I meet you where you are and lift you to where you want to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk action. How can someone tomorrow, right after this podcast, or today, right after this podcast, how can someone start using music more intentionally to support their mindset?
That's a great question. So I would say find a song that soothes you, that comforts you, that lifts you up, whatever it is that you're needing, and use that song as your go-to, as your way to, when you're not feeling the way you want to feel, use that song to bring you to where you want to feel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's, okay, so that is sort of rewriting that inner dialogue using music.
Yep.
What is so do you have a specific action that someone, if they want to rewrite that inner dialogue, if they want to find that music that helps rewrite that dialogue, do you have an actionable step for them?
Oh, so you're suggesting how could I help you find your song that somebody else has written?
Yeah.
Asking? Okay.
Yeah. Let's say before they come to you, because obviously anybody can come to you if they want to rewrite their inner dialogue. Well, hey, go see Ruth and the heart
happyheartsongs.com.
Right. But for tomorrow, so something someone can do right away. They know in this, while we're just in this discussion, they say, I really need to change my inner dialogue. And I want to find a different song or a different piece of music to help me do this.
Okay.
So in the interim, before they actually come to you and, actually talk to you and get some questions, some Ruth power, then what would you suggest that they do?
Well, I actually created a short gratitude song as a gift for your audience. That's one thing. But before that, I think what you're asking is, what I would say is tap into the songs that have an emotional pull for you. So I was actually, throughout this conversation, I was thinking, is there another song other than Breakaway that was a very, that would make me cry, that would make me cry in a good way, not in a sad way. And the song was Music of the Heart. It always brought me back to, I guess heart seems to be a theme for me. But it always brought me back to like really believing in myself. And so I would find a song that, you know what? Here's the answer. A song from your childhood or a song from when you were a teenager are songs that can bring you back to the place that you once remembered in a good way. I mean, there are also songs that could bring you back and not so wonderful memories. But there's been science and research done for people who are, there's a movie called Alive Inside. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's about a man who went around to nursing homes all around the United States. And this was back in the day of a Walkman. So he put a Walkman on these people in the nursing home, some of who were catatonic and were not speaking. And he put their favorite music. He found out from their loved ones what their favorite music was when they were 17, 18 years old. And they woke up. There's a specific video of a guy named Henry who, when he listened to music from when he was a young kid, he woke up and he started to talk. He woke up out of his catatonic state and he was laughing and crying and talking because he was listening to his favorite music.
That documentary does sound vaguely familiar.
Alive Inside.
Yeah, Alive Inside. Alive Inside. Yes, love it. Do you know where people can get it?
Just Google it. Just Google it. And if you look for Henry, you will see this very dramatic man that it will get at your heartstrings, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Okay. So now you mentioned this giveaway. So could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's a song that I wrote for myself of all around gratitude. And it's a way to come back to something, to make you feel good inside, to just be grateful for what you've got and to get you out of the stuck feeling of trying to like figure out how. Yeah, definitely. All right. Super. And I shared that link with you in the chat. So you can share that link with others. And my gift to you.
All of these, every way to contact you, it's in our show notes.
Okay, great.
Most definitely. So as we finish here, what is one what is one thing that you would like our listeners to remember after this episode ends?
Listen to your heart. Your heart knows.
Yes.
Your heart knows.
Your heart knows. Your heart knows. Listen to your heart. Your heart knows. And laugh.
And laugh. Laugh and listen.
For those of you, so another callback. I don't do this a whole lot, but I'm calling back to a lot of episodes that I just recorded that you're reminding me of. So the episode at the beginning of this month. So we're in National Mental Health Month, and the episode at the very beginning was a solo episode about me and how laughter played such a big part in my I was on the brink of suicide. Actually, seriously, the only time in my life when I was actually moments away from suicide, and laughter stopped me. And so laughter is part of my heart. And going back to what you were saying earlier, laughter is connection. Connection is part of the heart. Music is connection. Music is part of the heart. So it's lovely. This is just great.
Well, I truly believe that both laughter and music hit a different part of your brain, and it triggers something different to help you get out of that stuckness.
And yeah, that it does. And it also goes right back to the heart.
Yeah, back to the heart to bring you joy.
Exactly.
Back to the heart.
Exactly. Yes. So, how would you finish this sentence? The words we repeat to ourselves become
who we are.
Right. So, be careful about what words.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it. Thank you, Ruth, for being part of our episode, for now joining us and being a part of the Lighten Up Nation, and for helping us just bring the laughter and play. Music is very playful and joyful, so there's a lot of that, and you're bringing that, and you're helping us pass that around the world, which is exactly what the World Laughter Organization is all about, bringing that power to help people, and especially our younger generation, who are going to then take these habits that they're building now, they're going to take them to create even a better world someday.
That's the whole point. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. And thank you, audience, for continuing to support us in this. Please tell your friends, even if you didn't like this episode, even if you don't like this project, tell your friends. I don't like you. Malcolm, that guy Malcolm, he is such a terrible interviewer. I don't like him at all. You should hear some of the crazy stuff he says. Really, you should hear it. Please hear it. So keep sending people our way is what I'm asking. And remember, every day that every smile can open a door, every laugh can open a heart, so can music. Not every music, but music in general can open a heart, and every step can be your next victory. So until next time, take care. Stressed out, stuck, or leading on autopilot? It's not a motivational problem, it's a connection problem. My weekly virtual improv classes boost engagement, collaboration, and retention, all while having fun. Register now for a complimentary month.